If you're shooting right-handed, the arm guard goes on the left arm because that's the hand you hold the bow with. Obviously, if you're shooting left-handed, the arm guard goes on your right arm because that's the hand you'll be holding the bow with. A couple things about holding the bow when you're on line, and I'll do this again on the inside. This is called a recurve, and it's a pretty popular bow in competition. A lot of, well, your Olympics shoot a type of recurve. A little bit snazzier than this, but this is a good one. The Genesis bow you shoot has the same shooting characteristics as this bow has. All shooting sequences, I don't care what kind of equipment you're using, is all the same. And there's pretty much a national standard. So when you're standing on line, the line will be between your legs. You'll be looking at the wall opposite the targets, and the targets will be downrange. So you want to make sure you're lined up that way so that your toes are lined up with your target, preferably with your bullseye. Okay, once you're on line, you're ready to shoot, and we tell you it's okay to pick up your equipment. You'll pick up your equipment and we'll talk you through a shooting sequence. After you've completed shooting your complement of arrows, you don't just put your equipment down and go down range. Everybody goes down range together. So we'll make an announcement the line is clear. That means nobody is shooting. When you're handling the bow, don't dry fire the bow. In other words, if I pull the string back like this and let go of the string, that's dry fire. You want an arrow on the string because that energy has to go somewhere. If it doesn't have an arrow to shoot, it goes back into the bow, to the limbs, and the limbs can shatter if you're dry firing a bow. It's very dangerous to you and the people around. When you're looking at your arrows on line, you'll notice it has fletches on them. Two are the same color, one's an odd color. The odd color always goes to you on the inside of the bow, so when you load it. And you would put the arrow on the string by placing the knock on the arrow under the knock locator on the string until it clicks. Now that arrow's on there and it's not going to come off. So you don't have to have your hand up here like this holding the arrow, because it will scream at you if you do that. That's very dangerous. Then when you draw back, you put your index finger over the arrow and the next two down under the arrow. Do not grab the arrow. The string propels the arrow, not your hands. You're drawing back the string, and you just simply draw it back to your chin. Now, normally, most archers when they shoot will come out and put their hand out to the target like this, aimed at the target. Then they'll reach up, grab the string, and draw it back to their chin. You want a good anchor every time. You want this knuckle under your chin, so it's in the same place every time. You want to be able to see the string and the bow sight at the same time. Then you put the bow sight on the bullseye, and if you have a nice smooth release, that's where the arrow should go. Because that arrow will go exactly where the bow is aimed when you release the string. So if you're shooting at somebody else's target, that's the target the bow is aimed at when you release the string. Okay? But the safety rule is the most important thing. Listen for us talking you through a shooting sequence, so we're all doing it together and it's safe and fun.
It takes about 8 of these sessions in order to learn to do this right. So don't be upset if you're not hitting the target every shot. Some of you might not even hit the target. If you've got a coat on, now would be a good time to take it off. If you have anything bulky on, the string is going to catch on it when you shoot the bow, and the arrow is going to go crazy if you're doing it right. Alright? You don't want to have a jacket on or something that the string is going to catch on. Alright? This is called a compound bow. This is what most of you are going to be shooting, if not all of you. This is called a compound bow. It compounds your effort, causes them to be much greater than normal. There's one problem with a compound. It may shoot easier and faster, but it compounds your mistakes. So if you don't do it right, your misses are going to be greater than they would be, say, on a recurve. Alright? You notice this has a sight on it. That sight is not set for you. That sight goes right on the bullseye every time you shoot. The thing is, you shoot your arrows to get a group, not to hit the target. You want to shoot a group. Then you can adjust the sight to put your group into the bullseye. So if you have a group right below the target, that's great. If all your arrows are going in the same place, in the same area, that's a group. That's what you want to do. It shows that you're doing something right. Doesn't have to hit the target. It definitely doesn't have to hit the bullseye. You got to shoot a group and then adjust the sight to put you into the bullseye. I've been an instructor for way over 30 years. I can tell you how many years. And I have trained several people that have become national champions. So we definitely know what we're doing. Listen to the instructors. We will check your eyes before you go in there to shoot. And we will tell you whether you will shoot left-handed or right-handed. Because you shoot by your dominant eye. You may think you're right-handed, but if you have a left eye dominance, you can't shoot a bow right-handed and ever do well. You have to shoot left-handed. And I'll tell you this, and this is a scientific fact. The left side of the mind controls the right side of the body. Okay? The right side of the mind controls the left side of the body. Understand? That is a scientific fact. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. Two of us are going to get over here. You're going to line up in front of us. We're going to check your eyes. And she is going to be helping you put arm guards on. Okay?
No, well, not that. Shouldn't suffocate your arm.
Hands together like this. Overlapping so you have a small triangle.
If she's right, you put it on.
Okay, now bring that up. Right to my nose. And bring it back to your eye.
All the way up.
Pull back with your right arm.
You're like my nose. Okay?
Into my nose. Draw your hand back to your face. Right eye. So we're going to have her go through her stance, loading of the arrow onto the bow, lining herself up with the target, and shooting. I want you to note how still she is on release. Her body doesn't move. If you move your body, any part of your body, it's going to move the strike of the arrow. Because that arrow will go exactly where that bow is aimed when you release the string. Alright? Okay. We call that shot execution. Okay, here we go. Okay, Allegra, you want to pick up your bow? And notice how she's standing on the line. The line going down through her legs, and she's looking at the wall where the line ends. This is to keep your toes lined up with your target, and keep your whole body lined up with the target. So you're using your whole body to execute the release of the arrow, a shot. Okay? Okay, pick up the first arrow, load it on the string. Notice how she keeps everything in front of her so she can see it. All right. And then notice how her arm is fully extended toward the target. See where her hand stops? Right against her jawbone. Notice that when she loads the arrow onto the bow, the odd color fletches to her. That's so that when the arrow passes the bow, those two fletches are flat. If it was turned around the other way, then that fletch is sticking out and hits the bow and cause it to be deflected. Okay. Now she's placing that arrow directly under that little piece piece of metal that's on the string. That's called a knock locator. The knock is the thing that's on the end of the arrow. And that, the back end is sharper than the front end. And when she puts the bow down, I see all the bows are down, then we'll say the line is clear. That means nobody's in a shooting position, nobody has a loaded bow in their hand, all from shooting. I want you to come with us so you see how we move the arrows from the target, but that's important. Right. She has a pretty good group up there. It's a little high left, but she's not used to shooting such a close distance. One more, I'll let you. Now notice you put one hand on the target, and the other hand on the arrow close to the target, and draws it out. All right, go ahead and take them off. See how she's putting the arrows in her other hand so she can still be up against the target? Some of these arrows, the points aren't real smooth to the arrow itself, and it gets caught on the cardboard. If you jerk it back real hard without holding it, you'll pull the target right off the wall. Now, Legger's also going to help us, help you guys while you're shooting. All right, let's go behind the line.
One finger over the arrow, two fingers under the arrow, on the string, one finger over, two finger under. Distance between your feet should be as wide as your shoulder. When you hold the bow, it goes in the feet of the hand. You don't hold it out against your thumb. Got that? So pick up your bow first. I want to see you hold it. I want to see you hold the bow. Okay? You don't squeeze the handle. You hold the handle of the bow gently. All right. Now the arrow goes on the bow. And put it on. I want you to pick up your first arrow properly. That means your thumb is pointed towards the ground. Okay? Your thumb is pointed towards the ground. Pull the string, the arrow is attached to the string. If you squeeze the arrow, it will come off the wrist. Alright? Now point your arm, bow arm, towards the target.
He's not pulling the arrow length, but we didn't get away from us.
Get your back elbow up. Get your finger under your chin. Touch your chin with your finger. The line appears to be clear. Is it clear?
Clear.
Walk down and retrieve your arrow.
Walk.
No running.